Okay, guys, I hope everyone can hear me and see me. I'm in your lower right-hand corner, hopefully. And basically, this is a video. It's in the morning time. This is a video so that when we meet today, I'm so excited at 6 o'clock, which would be our normal scheduled time if we were coming into class in person. This is a video to sit back and show you what you're to do to log in so we can meet online in person and do our video conferencing. This will not be a recording. It will be a live session. So we will be able to see each other and interact. Okay, so starting from a browser and a home screen, again, please try to, if you have access to a computer, whether it's a desktop or a laptop, we would prefer that you're on some kind of technological device like a computer or a laptop, not so much a tablet, okay? But if that's all you have, use what you have. If you have only a phone, then use what you have, okay? So, but again, I really would like for you guys to try to be on a computer. Notice that right here, I'm in the kitchen area at my sister's house. I don't know how dark it is because the lighting is not the best. You know, it's only 10 in the morning. So again, you know, I'm in a kitchen. I'm sitting. I'm just going to kind of show this. I'm at a table with chairs here, and I'm in a comfortable upright position. And again, being in an upright position is important for a couple of reasons. It helps with circulation and blood flow. You're in an erect sitting up position. And I stress that because you do not want to be sitting in the bed where, of course, most people, you're sitting at an L shape where you're kind of cutting off circulation to your lower extremities or limbs. And so you just want to be sitting upright. More blood flow kind of just flows everywhere where it's supposed to go into the brain. You're more engaged and you're more focused. So try to be, again, at some kind of table, at a desk, in a quiet and comfortable area. If you have children, depending on their ages, I don't know, threaten their lives and put them in a room, give them some kind of movie or video, put some headphones on, and just give this 1 hour and 50 minutes all of your time so that you can be engaged, because we're moving into concepts that will be a little bit more challenging than some of the you know, foundational stuff that we had in the review information we had in chapter 1 and chapter 2. So with further ado, let's get into this video, okay? So I'm at a browser, sitting up at the table. I'm on my laptop, all right? The first thing you want to do is, there's a couple of ways, of course, but majority of you guys are very proficient and comfortable with Canvas. I just got trained over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, so it's been fun for me. But the way I'm going to show how we get into Canvas is I go through the regular HCCS website. Some of you have the app and stuff. That's great, but we're not on our phones. We're on the computer. So again, here's the home page. Majority of you guys would go right here if you see my cursor on the left upper corner, because it says My Eagle Student Login. So you can click through here. Okay, and when you click through here, that, of course, you log in, put your username and password, and excuse me, a bunch of tiles will come up. And that's where you can click on Canvas, all right? But I'm going to, because I'm going in as a faculty member, I'm going in through the faculty portal, all right? Remember that on the homepage of HCC, they have a lot of, I guess, alerts or announcements on the homepage. So read those and also check your email every 2 or 3 days just to make sure if there's any updates, okay? So classes are resuming this week. So I'm now here in the faculty portal. Coming down, and this is how I go through to get to Canvas, all right? So you go through My Eagle Student Login and then do your thing. So now I'm logging in to Eagle Online Canvas. So once you get to here, and you got to excuse me a little bit today because I got to clean this computer off. There's going to be a couple of things that may pop up because it has maybe a virus. My nieces go to little games and stuff, and I need to debug the computer's brain a little bit because it just pops up these random things. All right, so now we're here. Yours is gonna look different from mine because of the fact that, you know, whatever classes you're taking, whether that's history, English, math, art, whatever, you know, you may have a bunch of tiles from HCC. So mine's gonna be different because these are all the math classes that I've taught. So you'll go to your dashboard or to your courses, click, of course, on our course, and of course it's the Math 0342P, section 18840. So now you're here, all right? Now what I'm going to do for a moment is I'm going to change over to student view so that you're not looking from the back end as a teacher You're looking how it would look for you when you log in. So we're on the home page of Canvas. You'll notice that I have gone in and just kind of updated information. So you'll notice that you're at the right place if it says that at the top. I did a dear student, a welcome letter. Now you can do this two ways. You can click at the bottom where it says start here, but notice that I've put a little announcement here that's saying that because we're now online and we're back together again, we're all starting in chapter 3. Module 3 is where we're starting our information. I will spiral back every now and then to old concepts just so you can kind of get refamiliarized, and it's been a while, but we're starting in chapter 3, okay? So you can click the start here button, but the other way you can do it too, after you read this little bit of information here, is you could go straight into modules. Okay, so I'm going to show you that if you hit the start here button, this is what you would see, the same thing. So here are the modules, okay? So there's a student letter here if you want to read that to yourself, but I did announce that I already posted this. There's the welcome. The syllabus has been updated. I am concerned about why my outline is not here, so I'll fix that, but I could have sworn this should have been my new outline, but it's the syllabus again. Confused on that part. So I need to figure that out. But let me click this real quick while we're together. I do want you to, if you have access to a printer, I would love for you guys to print out the outline so you can see what concepts and skills. Oh, this is the outline. Here we go. So here's the outline. And what I want you to focus on is, you can read through this information, is right here is how we're going to go through. Okay, so we did chapter 1. Notice that I have collectively about 12 hours. So one thing I want you to see with this, let me zoom in real quick, is the concepts for these first 3 bullets, that comes from the first part, which is chapter 2. So notice that the title says linear equations and inequalities in one variable. So we have in chapter 2 talked about linear equations, you know, solving for x, moving things from the left or the right, and we've already gone over those concepts. So we will spiral back just a little bit when I start class today, but I mainly focus on these last 2 bullets, which is this part, inequalities. Okay, we are going into linear inequalities, compound and absolute value inequalities is what we'll focus on, and that's chapter 3. So I'm give or take going to spend about probably 4 to 6 hours. So this Tuesday, this Thursday, maybe even a part of Monday, Tuesday, I will be doing linear inequalities, and then we move on, okay? And when we move on, we'll go into chapter 4, which is graphing linear equations and then also linear inequalities. So this is where we get into XY planes, we're plotting points, we're graphing lines, we're doing some shading, and so I will spend 6 hours or so on that. So that's about 3 lectures, maybe even 4, and then you will have your midterm. The midterm is going to be over, and I want to say it's on here. Nope, it's not. There it is, right there in red. The developmental midterm is going to be over chapters 1 through 4. So when you ask yourself, hey, am I prepared? Am I ready? We've done chapter 4, chapter 2 and 3, and then chapter 1. This is all the material right here. If you just print this out, that will be on the midterm. All right. So again, I just want to go back and show you that you come into the home page. The things that I would print out or the things that I would download on my computer would definitely be the up-to-date syllabus, which is right here, the syllabus. Here is the outline here. Okay. You can do this survey if you would like. Here's another resource that came from the department, how to use Canvas, the Canvas app, how to succeed in the course. So everything in this module is just resources for you to, free tutoring. You see that right there, free tutoring, settings. There's thing about technical support. I need to update that for you guys if you have any problems or issues. But again, this is just like the starting here. And the most important thing in this entire module is the syllabus and the outline. All right. Syllabus and the outline. All right. Okay. Now let's get into the next thing I want you to see is if you don't have Connect Math at this point saved on like a, what do they call your favorites? I would have it as a favorite kind of up here at the top of my toolbar so you could get to it very quickly. But if you do not have it, then I'm just telling you that here right after you get out of the Start Here module, I've already uploaded, Connect Math. So you can click it here. Make sure you don't have any pop-ups, turn your pop-ups off, but you should be able to go to Connect Math, log in one time. Sometime the computer asks you, hey, do you want to save your password and information? Click yes, so that it auto-populates your password and username, and then you go in here. So here's Connect Math. This is where you do your homework. All right, I'm going to close that. I made it to where it pops up in another window. Okay, now the next thing I want to show you, I'm going back to modules. I am going to talk about how to log in with me, but the next thing I want to talk about is, the next thing would be module 1. Okay, so after here you get to module 1, and then you'll see on here that module 2 is not here, but by the time that by today's end, I will have a module 2 there, but module 2, for some reason, it's disappeared. I'm not sure what happened. So I'm just telling you that in module 1, the way the setup is the first tab is going to be about lecture notes. So these are notes that I got from the department as an additional resource. Then there's a module that has to do with discussions, and then there is should be like, hey, go do homework. All right, but you don't have to worry about module 1 or module 2, because those had to do with chapter 1 and chapter 2, and at this point you should be done with all the homework that was in chapter 1 and chapter 2. So do not worry about module 1, do not worry about module 2. The next thing that's going to happen is it says, how are you doing? So you can do this if you want, but I want to focus on module 3. Okay guys, sorry, I'm back. My mom came in, so I let her do her thing because I'm in the kitchen. All right, so I want to focus on module 3, and in module 3, again, it's the same setup. So the first tab, or the first item here, is some lecture notes from the department as a resource. So you can either, click this. It's kind of a PDF, I want to say, and look through the notes. I'll kind of click on and show you real quick. But you click on this, it opens up, and you click again. And so there should be like a PDF. And as you can see it downloaded in this lower corner. And when you open it up, it just goes through and it has some notes about the objective, and then you can begin to see kind of like what your textbook would do. So it has some lecture notes, it goes through a couple of examples, gives you some explanations, shows you the intermediate steps, talks about set builder notation, and so forth. So this is just another additional resource that you can use. You're more than welcome to print this out or have it on the side, but you also have your textbook. Okay, now again, I want to go back to the module. And so you have the lecture notes, which is the first tab. Then the next thing that's going to happen is, after you get through the lecture notes, if you want to use them, is you see where it says homework assignment. When you click here, this is just going to say, hey, go to Connect Math, go do Connect Math. Here's one of those pop-ups. Okay, so again, if you click homework assignment, it says, hey, Connect Math in order to complete your homework assignment. So that's where you can say, hey, I want to go to Connect Math and try the chapter 3 homework. Okay, if that makes sense. But when it says homework, go do the homework in Connect Math, and that's where the 25% of your grade comes from. Oh, and I got to talk about that too, about the new grading policy in a second. All right, so you got the lecture notes. You can go do the homework assignments by going to Connect Math, or scroll back up and go to Connect Math and open another browser. But what I want to stress to you is this. Do you see how you have these 4 PDFs right here? Well, these are files that I uploaded when I sit back, and I'm also going to put my YouTube channel link in here as well. And basically, when it has these PDFs, these are not your homework assignments right here. These are just more practice problems with chapter 3, or more practice problems with chapter 4. Okay, so I made these PDFs, I got them from a place, and I'm going to shoot videos one by one, and I'm going to give you solutions and how to work out these worksheets. So it's just basically like this. You come in, you meet me online, right? You have your pencil and paper, you take notes with me. We log off. When you're on your own, you should rewrite your notes again. Good. You can look in the textbook for more notes. You can use the lecture notes on here, and you're studying and trying to make sure you understand how to do inequalities for chapter 3. Okay. Okay. If you still feel like, you know what, I want to watch some more videos of Miss Mosley, I want to sit back and get comfortable with two-step inequalities, I don't understand compound inequalities, I'm going to have videos on these individual worksheets. Okay, so I'm going to click on one just to show you. So again, when you click on this link, it's going to open up a PDF. All right, you can hit the download button, which is right here where it says download. You can put it and save it on your computer. But as you can see, it's a worksheet that has all these problems. And in the video that I'm going to shoot, I'll upload the solutions of me with my video working these problems out and then graphing them, if that makes sense. Okay, so again, you use this as an opportunity for you to watch me again work more problems. All right. Once you feel comfortable, I'm going to go back to modules. I just want to show you what the PDFs look like. Also, the last 2 pages of those PDFs have the answers. But again, I'm working them out in front of you. But if you want to sit back and say, hey, she didn't do number 8, she didn't do number 10 in the video, you can go back and try number 8, try number 10, and check yourself at the bottom of the PDF. All right. So I'm going back to module 3 to show you the setup again. Lecture notes. Okay. Once you feel like, you know what, I got it, I understand inequalities, that's when I would do homework. Okay. From Connect Math. Okay, so again, the flow would be, one more time, just so you can say, how do I study on my own? What do I do? I'm not in class with you anymore. Here's what you do. You meet me online. You take notes with me. You ask questions to me through the chat box. You interact with me, okay? Then you log off. Maybe the next day or later that night, you write your notes over again, making sure you got an idea. You can use the lecture notes, right? You can use the textbook. You're kind of independently working. If you're like, you know what, I think I'm starting to get it, but I want to watch some videos, I want to see her work out some more problems, then you click on these PDFs, or you can open the PDF, download it, print it out, watch the video with me, and work the problems through with me. Any of these concepts, because I'm going to have 4 videos because there's 4 PDFs, okay? Then you say, you know what, I think I got it. Then I go do Connect Math homework. So that's the way you need to train yourself in the flow. You're going to do a lot of independent practice. You have resources. You have my videos. You have meeting me live online. You have the lecture notes. You have the textbook, and you feel good. Do homework last. Okay. Then you get a notice after you finish all this. Hey, you've completed module 3 or chapter 3. All right, real quick, just going to show you chapter 4 or module 4. Same setup. The only problem is I need to move this down to the bottom, so this should not be there. But again, there's the lecture notes. Here's some PDFs. You watch the videos of me working these PDFs and these different problems and practice problems, and then you go do the homework independently, okay? And then you're done. All right. So remember, the midterm is over chapters 1 through 4. So let's go back real quick to the home page. Okay, I want to go back to modules. And I just want to be clear that you need to focus on right now module 3, module 4, chapter 3, chapter 4. Okay, I just want to be clear on that. Another thing I want to show you real quick is, where was this at? Oh, I know where. Okay, let's talk about the grading and how it's changed. Okay, so I hope that you understand we're starting in chapter 3, module 3. All right, so here's something that's changed about the grading policy. As of right now, until I get further notice, this is what I want you to ingrain in your mind. All right, 25% of your grade is going to come from the midterm. 25% will come from online homework, which is Connect Math, not those practice worksheets. 10% comes from your online activities, and online activities is going to consist of the following: you doing discussions and you doing discussions and participating online, and the fact that you're doing the practice videos. And the way that I'm going to know that you're doing the practice videos is when I log in to my channel, I can see who is actually watching the videos. I also, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, and don't be afraid to leave comments. Because if you leave comments, then I can say, oh, look, you know, Ziamora or Jacqueline, you know what I'm saying, or you know, Jack, they're participating because they came to the page and they watched the video, they left a comment. So leave comments And that's how I also know that you're being active in the online process. Okay, so between discussion questions and you participating there, and then you watching the videos and leaving comments, that's when I'm gonna know. And I look at the number, of views that people are watching it. Now, of course, if one person is watching it 50 times, I won't know. So leave comments also on the channel, and I'll also know that you're doing online activities. Okay, now then 40% comes from the final. So this is your grading policy right now. Okay, 25% homework, 25 on the midterm, 40% on the final, 10% on online activities. Let me also say this. So if test 1 did not go well for you, you bit the bullet, okay? Because there's not going to be a test 1 and a test 3, because now we're at the latter part of the class. We need to get through the material. All that matters is the midterm and the final, your homework, and the online participation. So if test 1 did not go good, again, you need to relax. You start on a nice clean slate, do well going forward. But one thing I've thought about, and I'm still going to think about it some more, is those of you that did well, I'm thinking I should just give points towards the midterm for you because you did well. Those of you that did not do well, maybe you can submit to me corrections, extensive corrections over your test 1. Because I can scan them back to you, and then you can make corrections, fix everything, and then show me proof that you did the corrections, and that will give you bonus points towards the midterm. Okay, so test 1 does not count against anybody. It's going to be the midterm and the final, and we're going to talk about testing online and how that's going to work with cheating and all that kind of stuff. All right, so hopefully this makes sense up to this point, right? We got module 3, we're going to work through module 4, you're going to watch online videos in person with me in the Mimi video chatting, and you're also going to watch my videos, do extra practice, and do Connect Math. Okay, now let's talk about, I have not talked about discussions. So if I go to discussions for a second, I just want to click and see what happens here. For discussions, there should be a discussion question in each module, one discussion question. So I have posted a couple of discussions here. You see how right there where it says Unit 2 discussion, Module 1 discussion, Module 3 discussion, like that. You can click on the discussion for the module, and I got to organize this. And as you can see, there's a question in here, and it says explain how you would solve, and there's the problem. So you would sit back and hit reply. You would say, hey, I would do the distributive property by multiplying this number by this letter, this number by this letter. I would get this, then I would do. So just explain to me, and when I see that your picture comes up or your name comes up and you try to participate in the discussion, and if you're correct, I give you credit for doing the online activities. And if I see the comments also on the channel and you're leaving comments, I give you credit again for online activities. So hopefully everything makes sense. Okay, if you have any questions when we first start class today at 6 o'clock, please be on time. I will be on time because I will probably be sitting in the classroom 5 minutes before. We're not driving, we don't have to worry about traffic, we're saving gas money, right? So I'll be on time. Please be on time. All right, the last thing is, how do we video chat? How do you meet me in person, face-to-face, online? So one thing you're going to do is right here where it says Media Gallery. You're in Canvas. Hit Media Gallery on the left-hand side. And I wish it would have, it's not going to do what I want it to do because I've already activated it, I think. Okay, so let me also say this. So in the first video that I shot, but I deleted it, it shows what it looks like for you guys. And it basically will say Kaltura, C-A-L-T-U-R-A, Kaltura, and it'll have a little box and it'll say a gray option and it'll say authorize in yellow. Click authorize that you want it to download Kaltura on your computer. Once you do that, it's going to look like this. Right here in front of you. You will not have to hit authorize every single time. You just do it one time. The first time you turn Kaltura on, it'll download all the software to open up the video conferencing software. All right. So again, you'll click on Media Gallery in Canvas when you want to come into the classroom. You'll hit authorize. Give it a second to think. Once it downloads everything, it's going to look like this. It'll say Media Gallery, and it'll say right here, Launch Live Room. So you'll click Launch Live Room, and that's where your camera will turn on and your microphone turns on. Okay. Once your camera turns on and I see everybody, I check attendance. Your audio, you need to mute yourself because we don't want to hear everything in the background. Have your headphones on, be focused, sitting in a chair. And so I'm just telling you that once you get here, you should be able to see me. I should be able to see you. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of online etiquette. Now, hopefully you have your kids contained. Hopefully not a lot of stuff is going on. Okay. Okay, sorry, someone came in. All right, so again, we're talking about what is our online etiquette. So our online etiquette is very simple, all right? We don't want to hear a lot of background noise, so please mute yourself. I would like for everybody's camera to stay on so that I can see you are actually in front of the computer and that you're engaged and you're taking notes. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't see what you're doing, and a lot of you, I'm gonna be honest, you're on your phones, you're distracted, you text in class, and we're at the part where there's only about a month and a half, 2 months left. We're on crunch time now. So you really want to buckle down and finish off this class as strong as possible, but you're grown, okay? You make the decisions you make to send a text or be on Facebook or streaming on Instagram or whatever you decide you want to do, but I wouldn't be doing that. So I would have my phone on silent or turned off or not away where I can see it sending me alerts, you know what I mean? But if you do have an emergency or something, of course, take care of it, but mainly give this 80-90% of your attention. You should not be distracted at all. Sitting in front of the computer, mute yourself. If you need to excuse yourself and go to the restroom, please do that by all means, okay? But come back, and I'm just going to basically look at who's sitting in front of their computer, taking notes and paying attention, right? And that's what will give you, of course, attendance I'll take. You don't want to miss attendance a lot because you still can get dropped from the course or be in jeopardy of not passing, of course. So you basically make sure that you show up for class. Now, if you have an emergency or you get sick or something, all of these live chat rooms, I will record the recording. I got to learn how to do that by the time we get together today. But I will record the session and I will post it and send it to your email so that you can replay back the live session that you missed. Or if you want to go back over or you missed something in the notes, you can sit back and watch the video again when we met live online. And every time at the end of our class, I will send that out to you so you have the live video chat. Okay, or if you were absent, I just will send it to everybody. So once you log in and it looks like this, again, right now it's not open or available because I'm not in the classroom and I haven't launched it, but this is where you go to meet me. You hit Media Gallery, hit the Authorize button, let everything download, and hit the Launch Live Room button. I will be in the classroom. I will lecture on a whiteboard, and you'll see me just right there in front of you. Don't be afraid to raise your hand because there should be a raise your hand button, and to send a chat to me asking a question, and I'll answer your question. All right. So this concludes the video. I hope it was informative enough of just how the setup is. There's a couple of things I still need to clean up and fix and organize in Canvas and add my YouTube channel to Canvas. And then, but every time we meet, go through Media Gallery. All right. So I'll see you guys soon. Be on time today at 6 o'clock. And I hope everybody's doing well, and I'll end the video here. All right. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.